Hello and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Zenkaiger episode 2. It's aired, it's a good one, it's possibly my favourite one of the series so far. Well, it's only episode 2, but if you like this sort of content and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. And let's just jump straight into it. Now, hopefully today is the day that you'll go, do you know what? I'm going to hit that cheeky subscribe button. But the episode isn't too bad in this. It feels a lot more fun, and it feels like there is more kind of character development. Plus also we get introduced to a character called Guyon. I think I said his name right, which is, he looks slick. I really like his design, and we see quite a you know what I mean, like I don't know, a close-up of his helmet, which I really kind of like, and his outfit and his entire look is absolutely, like, it's cool. It's one of my favorite designs. So we have the bad guys, and they're wondering what's going on. Who are the Zenkaigers? What are they doing? And we find out that they don't know what Super Sentai is, which I find a little bit weird, because I generally really thought that they would know about, like, each world that they'd taken over and stuff like that. It just feels more like you found different worlds, close them off, leave them, and then that's particularly it. And it just kind of irritates me a slight bit. So they know about the gears, so they take their version of the gears, which is called a Tujiga. I thought it said like Tokuja. I was like, what? You're taking the Tokuja universe? So they use these abilities, and this one is about mushrooms, which we saw previously, and then they attach them onto this monster, who then becomes a mushroom monster. And it's really weird because it says it's from Mushroomtopia. So I kind of thought that we'd get tropes from different worlds, like, oh, the first ever world, you know, from the Go Rangers, then this is a mushroom monster from that universe. That would make more sense, but it feels like these gears are pretty much just from, like, throwing out random monsters. So not unless there's another monster out there. Let me know if you do know down in the comments. The monster is able to, like, use mushrooms, and they pop up, and therefore the major big plot later on, which isn't bad, but it's more kind of a evil trope type thing. We see Kaito and Jurin. They have, like, just randomly turned up, and they know that there is a monster to be defeated, and they morph quite quickly. Now, what I do like about this is that when you've got one of the bad guys turning around and saying, "Hey, who are you?" and he's like, "Hey, I've got my parents' gear," it feels like it was more kind of a, "Hey, I need to show you what I've made. Look at this, the present, basically. Look at me, look what I've made." And I kind of really liked it. I love Jurin dancing. As soon as they put in the gears, and it goes like bum ba bum 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 bum, and he starts just dancing, I'm like, I really hope this is all the way through the Sentai. Like, he does it every single episode. So the gears that they use, it says in the translation Google 5. Yeah, apparently it is Dai Sentai Google 5 is what it's got there, which is a bit kind of yeah, pretty much. I've just double checked it on multiple ones. So they use the ribbons, and then they are able to defeat this monster. Now, the monster's called Mushroom World, from what this has been translated from, and I'm just like, are we gonna have each monster called this? So as I said, like, you know, we've had the fight. After this, Kaito and Jurin then go back and talk to their grandma. Like, they've got food and they're eating it, and then they go out and pretty much try to recruit people. That's the thing. Everyone seems like, oh my god, look at this, like, you know, you're the new guys. And as soon as he, like, drops down and stuff like that and demorphs, like, no one cares. Like, you think you'd want to get an interview with him or something like that. It just feels a bit kind of weird of where no one cares, because you think, be like, oh, I need to know the identity of that bad boy, need to know the identity, etc., etc. But it doesn't happen. We meet Guyon for the first time. He really likes Kaito because he is a human rather than a Kika droid and stuff like that. So therefore he just basically, like, makes friends and kind of, like, cuts Jiren out completely, which, fair dues, you know, obviously you don't particularly want to have your own own Kika droid about. So he's like, yeah, I don't care about you. And it goes through the entire episode where they literally just don't care. Like, you kind of think that they would warm up to each other over time, which I'm hoping that they do. But in this one, it was more like, nope, I just don't care about you, Durin. I just want to like focus on Kaito. That's particularly it. So Mushroom World decides to basically like start all the mushrooms going off, and the fact that they create a poison toxin around, which obviously doesn't affect the Kika droids. It just literally affects all humans, as well as like pretty much any living organic entity on the planet. Basically animals and humans. That's pretty much it. So Gaio is in the pet shop. He's like, yeah, I've made a friend. I now want to make friends with all these animals. Everything goes off and he gets really kind of pissed. He's like, no, I'm not going to allow this to happen whatsoever. With this, Gaion meets up with the others. He then becomes a Zenkaiger and they start kind of fighting. And I love the fact, and I hope that they put it in for the other two as well, that he just fires a shot off like Durin does straight away. And like, I want that to be a continuation with the other two, because it would just be absolutely perfect. With all of this, a fight breaks out on top of the roof and us on the street, or kind of in the car park, and they've absolutely demolished everyone, and I really kind of like this. They use Ninja for their ability, their kind of like shadow screen, where literally it's just like they're flying about behind the scenes, very much like we've seen in anything like uses their power. We saw it in Zenkaiger, etc, etc, and I really like this. I like the fact that the powers are using and you're seeing certain abilities. Now we move into the fact that Mushroom World grows giant, or it's like this other robot that comes along, steps on the gear, turns gigantic, and then Durin turns into his like Zord form, his massive robot form. And he starts winning, but then Gao decides, hey, I'm actually going to join in on this as well. And thus, therefore, he kind of pushes Durin out of the way and is like, I don't care about you, let me do this. And it gets to the point where they start fighting, and this is when Kaito turns around and says, I don't like this, I'm now going to have to get giant as well and kind of sort this out. But what his does is it basically brings them together. We see off I've never seen Megazords, Zords, or giant robots kiss before, so this is what kind of brings in their kind of love and trust, and it's just a really kind of cute scene. Like, I'm arguing, meh. I loved it. So this is what they combine. They actually have this huge, amazing like Megazord fight, which I really liked. I love the fact that they used Go-Go 5, or Lightspeed Rescue's kind of circle, and then they used the Slash from Jude Ranger stroke Power Rangers, Mighty Morphing mainly, to kind of cut through, and it was perfect. It was a really nice kind of finisher, and I really liked the ability, like, they were able to swap. So as soon as he called the name, so when Kaito was like, hey, it's Gaion, let's try this, it'd be like, switch over to Claws, Durin, you're up, boom, turns into the sword. And I really kind of like this dynamic. I think it works perfectly well. So yeah, I generally really like this. This episode is kind of fun. Like, the series is starting to show its colors, which I generally really like. I can't wait to kind of see more, and it has made me want to buy all the toys, which I kind of really want. So hopefully very soon I'll be able to do reviews, or if not, I'll pick them up at some point, but I'm kind of invested in it so far. But yeah, this episode, I would say it's a great one. It has a lot more kind of depth to it. We've got a lot more character development, and we can see a kind of a rivalry between Gaion and Durin. I am going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on this episode? Did you like it? I mean, I will add in, the camera angles were fine, the music was fine, and just the way that the story built up was also fine. I really liked. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments, and if you like this sort of content and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as leave a comment and check that cheeky notification bell. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.